Hi, I'm Angela Bassett, and I'm going to take you through a timeline of some of my movie character looks.
Look at me. I'm serious.
Here we have Reva, earlier Reva in 1980s and then early 90s Reva. Early Reva, ponytail, running about, taking care of her son, sweatsuit, that sort of thing, pull back. Very easy. The next Reva, she's sort of come up, in terms of her work gear and her work life. She's going back to school. She's got that perm look. That was probably from the strip mall hair care store. We used a wig in both of these instances. The first one's a little longer so you can pull it back and has a little natural feel. The second one has that synthetic hair look, little fringe, little bang. She's trying to fit in, with corporate America. I think those red lips are a lot, full lips, and we highlighted them, but I think it works for the character. I would go on to work with this makeup artist, Marietta Carter Narcisse, for a few movies after this. This is when we first met. What's love got to do with it? Tina Turner. These looks absolutely were based on specific Tina looks. She provided pictures, provided costumes. As you can see, she goes through a lot of transformation. The first ones, she's starting with Ike and the Ikeettes. They're doing their own hair, their own makeup, their own costumes. So it's really homemade. The middle picture, she's about to break. So they're going out to the stores. They're sort of trying to refine the look a little bit. They may have a wig on and then switch it and turn it backwards, that sort of thing. The third one, full on Tina. We know and love that. Serious wig with the highlights. It's big, it's bold. She was the queen. Actually worked with Tina that last day of shooting, which was that scene that you see. She did both my hair and my makeup. She braided my hair, sat between her legs like a little girl. Whereas Robert Louis Stevenson and Marietta Carter took about 2.5 hours, Tina Turner, having done her own hair and makeup back in the day, took about 30. It was pretty wonderful, pretty marvelous, great time.
It's a very pretty nightgown.
Oh, thanks. I feel a little overdressed.
Stella Payne, how Stella gets her groove back. We began with Stella. She's working in corporate America. She's pulled back, she's pulled up. She's very chic. And of course, she goes on vacation. Then we switch to the braids. The carefree, you don't have to worry about your hair and your look every day. You're really closer to being yourself, being free, letting your spirit soar. That braid job was hellacious. It took forever. A woman did my hair, tiny, tiny micro braids, but overall, it was a good look and worth it. It's what Stella required.
Do not put your hands on me.
I got to spend time with the mother of the civil rights movement, Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was a seamstress. She was also a quiet activist, very restrained. She was a quiet woman, meek, but you didn't take her kindness for weakness. She was very resolute. The wig actually was very full, very long, because I transitioned from a 15-year-old Rosa into the grown woman that she became. But she always wore her hair sort of pulled back and contained. The makeup's very plain, very sparse. She wasn't very showy at all, as we know, but she was very strong. Playing Rosa, like many other characters, a lot of times once you put the look on, the hair, the clothing, with Rosa, the glasses, you began to see her, you began to feel the character, you embody it within your spirit and in your body. Then you know that spell ain't no picnic for anyone involved. American Horror Story had a lot of great characters and a lot of great looks, and one of my favorites, Marie Leveau. Actually got to film in the town where Marie did her voodoo, her gris-gris. Not black magic, not white magic, but gris-gris. Our, producer, Ryan, was interested in braids for Marie, the young Marie, the present day Marie. But I thought that the braids were a little hard because with the 3 strands, so I opted instead for the 2-strand twist that came all the way down past my derriere. It was powerful, it was youthful, it was modern, it had a softness to it, a chicness to it. She was a hairstylist, so, you know, she knew all things about hair. Those braids were actually a wig. Kim Kimball, yeah, fabulous, had that made for me. It was heavy, but with the weight distribution, I was able to bear it. Plus, it looked so divine. Also, when we would flash back, I got to wear the turbans, which during the 1800s, those turbans were placed on women to hide their beauty, black, colored, mulatto women. But the opposite actually occurred. It enhanced their beauty. It lifted their cheeks. It brought attention to their eyes, their mouth, their smile, their skin.
I call upon the ancestors. I call upon the past. I'm here with my son, T'Challa.
Black Panther, Ramonda, aka Queen Mother. Yes, Ruthie Carter, I've worked with her a number of times. But she actually got the headdress from the artist in Denmark somewhere who did this 3D printing idea. She had two of them made, this light colored one and a black one. You put the wrap on and then the headdress. It was really inspired by Winnie Mandela and Zulu women. Very powerful look. She's in council, she's giving her son wisdom, that sort of thing. She's queen mother to a nation, but when she's fleeing, that's when that comes off and she flees for safety, and that's when the hair comes down and you see the dreads. Still very powerful, but it's a moment of vulnerability. Of course, we had that reference material to look at the actual comic strips. In the comic strips, the queen mother wears gray dreads. Kudos to Camille Friend, who was the designer of those. We did a shooting just to get it exactly right. And I remember sitting there. She had gone to the, strip mall, the hair place, and gotten a couple of wigs that were available. Nothing that we were going to use, but we were just trying to get an idea of the look. We put it on. They were really those made you look so old, gray dreads. It didn't work. But underneath, there were a couple of those little white ones. And I said, Camille, what if we turn it around and bring the white tendrils forward? It worked, and we were off and running. We knew exactly what shade and what length, exactly what we needed. This color, this light color, looked best with my complexion, and it actually received applause when it was released on film in some of the theaters early on. That was exciting.
If you can drive, move your car to the shoulder. Clear a path for emergency vehicle.
Athena Grant, she's a sergeant on LA's police department. I knew right away. Hair can't be too long. She's running, she's chasing down bad guys. We can't have that long, luxurious hair that's flying everywhere, getting in your eyes, getting all in the way. It had to be a short crop. That's also what Ryan Murphy wanted. But we had a test, and we tried a few different looks. The shortest one, the one that she ends up, this is the one that we knew immediately was the way to go. It's very powerful, it's strong. You imagine she goes to the hairstylist every week. She gets it tightened up, she keeps it short and stylish, wraps it at night when she goes to bed. Working with Randy Stodge-Hill and DeAndre Michael for makeup, very important. Because you have such a little amount of hair, maybe about an inch and a half long, not too much makeup, but you wanted her to look pretty and soft and natural. It's technique to do that, but I think they handle it very well. The best thing about getting to dress up and working with various artisans is that they bring their best to the table. I sit there, I close my eyes, and when I open them, I sort of look in the mirror, I put the costume on, and I sort of just get a feel for who she is. Try to find her strengths, try to find her vulnerabilities. Really, whether it's the clothing, the hair, the makeup, and then the acting, it really is a melding and meshing of various departments and various artists. We all work together to achieve the greatest good. I've had a great deal of fun.